The whole point of today was to allow some students to get an experience of actually what it's like to guide someone who's blind or partially sighted, and hopefully give them the confidence to, if they ever are out and about and meet a student who's struggling to get across a road or to find where they are, or just anyone out in public, actually giving them the confidence to approach them and have chat to them and say, can I offer you assistance, and hopefully guide them safely from A to B or wherever they need to be.
The purpose of this entire week is to help everyone really just learn skills that can make society accessible for everyone and help break the mould really. I would say that the skills that we learned today will come in really useful. We often see members of society who may need help, may not need help, but it's about, if they do, then it's about being equipped with the skills to help them.
Obviously, the more people that do this training, the more people that are out and about able to help people who are blind or partially sighted, because you could meet someone that needs assistance at any time, anywhere throughout your sort of daily life. So, and actually the practical aspect of it, the training, we cover sort of the emotional consequences of sight loss, the barriers to independence, but we also do a practical session, so we allow someone to guide someone else under blindfold, so that allows them to have an experience of guiding someone, and then we actually swap them over so that the person will have an experience of what it's like to be guided, because it's a terrifying experience, but obviously we can take the blindfolds off at the end of the day and not everybody can do that, so it's really important for them to experience both sides of it.
It was really, really useful. I learned a lot of things that I didn't actually know about whenever the blind person puts the handle down, that's when you approach them, otherwise you're not allowed to speak to the dog and distract in any way. I never think about opening a door, and that was the most complicated thing today. I would have walked through and held the door open for a blind person, and that's not actually the way you do it at all, so loads of things. If someone who is blind wants to come to university, the rest of the students have to be able to make life more accessible for them, and I'm happy to do that in the same way, not just at uni but throughout your life.
We actually put it back to the people we're training and say, what kind of consequences would it be for you if say you lost your sight tomorrow? How would that affect you? How would you get to uni? How would you get to work? How would you pick your clothes? How would you put on makeup? How everything that we take for granted, even cooking or driving, it affects your whole life. We hope sort of people will realise from this training today that they'll take it away appreciating that a little bit more and wanting to maybe support us in different ways through volunteering or campaigning, or we've a guide dog society within the university, so perhaps people joining up to that to actually find out a bit more about us and support us. We had a student down here today, James. He's actually one of our youngest guide dog owners in Northern Ireland. He qualified when he was 17, still in school, so that was a huge thing for him. I was chatting to him on Monday. He said himself he would not have been able to come to university if he hadn't got his guide dog, so that would have prevented him from going on to further education if he didn't have his guide dog Bart. Without the dog, he would have required someone to take him to all of his lectures. He is living in Queen's Elms independently, and he's just able to socialise with his friends and not have to sort of feel like a burden on someone else to constantly need guided. Every guide dog costs £50,000 and a guide dog only has to pay 50p, and we fundraise the rest. Obviously that's a huge amount of money to raise, and that's why we're so excited to be the RAG charity this year, because it's enabled us to have access to so many students and fundraise as well. So it's been a really good partnership, and it's been one that we've really enjoyed working on. If you see someone who's out maybe using a long cane or a guide dog and you don't know whether, maybe they don't want assistance, you don't know whether they're going to be offended if you ask them do they want assistance, but actually what we want people to walk away is knowing that actually it's okay to approach them. They're people too. Chances are if they need assistance they're going to want someone to offer that help, and if you can leave today with the skills that you feel confident to do so and you could help them get there safely, then that's our core objective met.